Welcome to the Growing Your Business podcast, a program created to answer the question, what's in it for me, for both the business and their customers. Today's guest had this to say.
People don't know me. I have a graphic design degree in computer graphics, a master degree in computer graphics and website animation. So after a few years doing those, I didn't feel much, and then my father passed away. My father was really good at like a mechanic and electrician. And then finally, I come to conclusion say, man, electrical is good. You do it right, you get paid a lot. You do it wrong, you die. So I just went back to school, start over, learn. I was one of the best students, and I was also the first student to start my own business.
Now, stay tuned as we hear more on their values, mission, and why they continue to grow their business. Joining me today on the Growing Your Business podcast is Jason Liu with NSW Electrical. Jason, thanks for being in the studio
thank you for
today.
inviting me, man.
This is a lot of fun.
Appreciate it, yes.
So tell me, what's your value proposition? Like, what services do you offer your customers?
Okay, so I offer residential and commercial electrical services involve repairing, troubleshooting, installation, things like that.
Oh, wow.
So really wide spec, like from a homeowner, I pretty much could wire the whole house, circuit breaker, ceiling fan, Tesla chargers, landscape lighting, smart switches, doorbell, ring doorbell, floodlight cam, remodeling project, pretty much.
Wow. So
almost anything in your house.
is there a job too small?
Well, yeah, I mean,
Changing a light bulb might be a little too
changing a
small.
light bulb probably is small. I probably could teach you on the phone how to do that. Yeah. So yeah.
How many electricians does it take to change a light bulb? Well, hopefully
man.
zero.
Yeah, right,
You don't need an
right.
electrician to change a light bulb.
Yeah,
That's
man.
excellent. How long have you been doing this?
Oh wow, almost 6 years here.
Really?
I was doing the same thing in New York, and then I jumped out of my comfort zone, buy a house here, and move here without knowing I could pay for it or not, and then I just start my business all over. Yeah.
Why'd you move to Texas?
Oh man, you don't know, New York life was rough. Like the traffic.
Yeah.
I lost about 2 hours driving in the traffic.
Oh, gross.
Finding parking spot
Yeah.
is extremely painful, and sometimes you forget little parts. You have to walk down 15 minutes to get. Oh man.
Yeah.
That is something motivated me to get out of it. And one of my buddy from McKinney was in. He moved from New York too, so he came here for about 4 or 5 years. So. He has a good life, so he keep telling me, he said, come over, man, come over.
Yeah.
So I was like, fine, I go visit him, and I love it.
Yeah.
And 3 months later, I pack up everything and just tell everybody I'm moving. Everybody was shocked in New York.
That's excellent. Yeah, I mean, you're here now, right?
Yeah. It was not an easy decision. And the first year was a struggling year.
Sure.
I call it my ground beef eating year. I was so broke, man. I tried to build a business. I eat ground beef all the time.
So how does one get into your business? Like, tell me your background and how you got into
So you'll be surprised.
electrical.
My story is very interesting. So people don't know me. I have a graphic design degree in computer graphics and a master degree in computer graphics and website animation. So after a few years doing those, I didn't feel much, and then my father passed away. So my
sorry for
midlife
your
crisis,
loss.
thank you. So I have my midlife crisis came really early. So I started thinking about life, what do I want to do, and I didn't feel much passion what I doing. And my father was really good at like a mechanic and electrician. So I end up deciding I want to do something very challenging, very rewarding, high pay. And then I start brainstorming very hard for 3 months. And then finally, I come to conclusion say, man, electrical is good. You do it right, you get paid a lot. You do it wrong, you die. All your client dies. I was like, man, that's something.
That's incentive to do it right.
Yeah, so that will work for me. So I just went back to school, start over, learn. I was one of the best students, and I was also the first student to start my own business. Yeah.
That's terrific. So there's a certification process for electricians and all that.
Yeah,
you had to go through all
it's
of
a
that.
whole long journey. It's
Restarting
like
your
climbing a
career.
mountain, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot harder than going to college. Yeah, actually, yeah.
So you mentioned you do residential and commercial.
Yeah.
And so what is a typical commercial client for you?
Okay, yeah, good question. So right now what I'm doing is like a lot of remodel. Let's say if somebody move out of the business, the new business move in, needed to change a bunch of things, light fixture, outlet, change the layout. So we do that sort of projects, yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. Also do a lot of conversion on LED lighting fixture. Let's say if you have a warehouse with a lot of old light fixture, we convert them to LED. You got a huge tax credit for doing those too. So
Okay, that's terrific. Yeah. And are you brought in by like a general contractor, or how do you find these customers?
Oh man, so I start by doing networking at a consumer level. Like, so residential was a big thing for me because when I started networking, pretty much 80% of my network members all call me for the electrical work at their home. And then if their business, they use me too. That's how I build it up. And then slowly they spread the word around, so I know different type of people, like people in the trades, realtors. Realtor is a big thing for me.
Yeah, I imagine.
And pretty much anybody, you'll be surprised. A lot of people have little electrical problems, so I help them a lot. Yeah, but I try to focus on more like certain type of project, like buying a new home, or the upgrades, or fixing up a very old home for realtors, or doing remodeling projects.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because the small stuff, you want to have less of the small stuff, but you want to be able to help people, I imagine.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't pay a lot doing service calls, small things here, but it just keep the relationship going. And then sometime when they have big project, they think about you. You can't just tell people, I just want to do big project. I don't want to change the switch, So they will stop calling you,
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
So you got to do what you don't like.
Maintaining relationships
like.
is
absolutely.
part of every
business.
business.
The biggest thing, yeah.
Is there something you would advise people, what level of electrical work should they not do themselves? And I'm talking your average person. Some people have a knack for, or some education in electricity, but say average buddy, just buddy who just really doesn't know a lot. What shouldn't I touch in the house?
Okay, cool. So anytime you do electrical work, you should have a good idea, like what are you doing?
Yeah.
And I'll give you a scenario. Let's say you want to change a light switch and outlet. Before you do that, you got to know the basic, like how to turn off the power, make sure there's no power there, and then you could fool around all you want. But the more important question is that you have to ask yourself, let's say if they screw up, would you be okay with that? To pay more for people to fix up your mistake. And if it's okay, why not do some experiment? And some people have really good self-awareness. They know what they could touch. They could do some simple switch and this and that, but they don't touch running a new line.
Yeah.
So, which is good. Some people don't know. So those not my favorite customer, because they will call me, they will lie to me, say, I just changed the light switch and things stop working. When I go, there's 3-4 things not working. He touched 3-4 things, pull out, disconnect everything.
Yeah.
So I have to be like a Dexter, start studying like what he touched, what he disconnect, and his motivation, why he tried to do that, to figure out which wire to.
It's like psychological work.
Man, that's my line level 10 and stuff. And a lot of them tend to hide the information until you get there. I was like, oh man, it's one of those things.
I see what's going on there.
Yeah. But I get a lot of those. It's very interesting, man. I get a little bit of everything. Yeah.
So I mean, for myself, I know that if I can't just turn the breaker off and fix it easily, then I know that's my limit. When it's, especially like the breaker box is mystifying, and for most people it should be terrifying, because if you stick your finger in the wrong place, there's a lot of amperage going through there.
Yeah,
and people who don't know volts, amps, and all that stuff, I believe it's the amps that can kill you, right?
And you got to know
well,
actually, and the path of electricity flow. So I'll give you a quick example. A 1.5 volt battery, like a little battery, could kill you. If actually could flow through your heart would just stop beating. So it's like a nice piece of way dying, but still not really good to die.
Yeah.
And the electrical panel is almost like a portal. You could see your great grandfather if you don't know what you're touching.
Right.
So
hopefully only for a moment.
You just have to know like which part you touch would possibly kill you. So then you'll be more confident and work on it. If you don't know what's gonna kill you, you can't just randomly touch things. So it could be tricky. But
and so in like so residential is we can all dabble a little bit, but obviously call an electrician, when you've reached your limit. So what are common things that go wrong in a house that people, and again, I'm just talking on a consumer level. What are common things that go wrong that you can help with? You mentioned service calls that you really should, let's say, not just you can help, but that they should call you for. Mentioned, running new wires. Is this just small remodels and
remodeling project, or like a sophisticated problem when multiple spot lost power.
Okay.
That things start getting not just like a one light fixture not working. Like you see multiple things not working. Those start getting complicated. So those you probably better off call me first until you try to tingle yourself, because you end up going to pay me 3 times more. So it's probably not worth it.
If we break it ourselves.
Yeah. Or opening the panel, the main electrical panel is more dangerous. So if you can mess with the light switches I think is easier. And then some outlet, most homeowner could handle that if they have a basic tools, and then they watch a couple YouTube videos before they do that.
Stay with us. The Growing Your Business podcast will return right after this. The Growing Your Business podcast is sponsored in part by Visual Learning Solutions. Stands out with its expertise in crafting immersive audio and video experiences. Their creative team has over 30 years of experience delivering dynamic, internal training programs tailored to various industries. They ensure the audience receives a compelling message, promotes brand awareness, and increases return on investment. They also excel in producing marketing content. Learn more at their website, visuallearningsolutions.com. Please check our show notes for sponsorship links and additional details. Now, back to the Growing Your Business podcast with Buddy Broyles. So I'm sure you've, in the time you've been an electrician, you've seen some interesting things.
I've seen a lot of things.
Tell me a story about when a homeowner, and I want to ask about the commercial side too, where a homeowner didn't hire the right person and you've had to come in and fix it. What happened there?
Oh my God, man. I had so many. So the worst one is a remodeling project. So the homeowner normally they hire a contractor. So the contractor say, oh, we do everything.
Oh, I'm sure.
Or the handyman say, oh, I do everything. Don't worry.
No problem.
And magically in the middle project, they would disappear. And then when I go to the job site, it's wiring sticking out in each junction box like crazy spaghetti, and there's no label or nothing. And I say, where's the guy that worked on it? Oh, well, he was on vacation. It's always something, right?
Yeah.
He's on vacation. He's out of country. He got murdered. You know.
You never know.
Well, man, those are the nightmare, man. And because I don't know how he ran stuff. So a lot of time I have to tell him, I'm sorry, man. This for me to figure stuff out, try to change this better off. I just run new wiring and you just have to pay me one more time. It's kind of suck, but I mean, you know, if you hire the wrong
reality.
person.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, do it right or do it twice.
Yep.
And this lesson is a big lesson. I learned a lot in my own life too, yeah. But this is it, yeah. So I think if you belong to a networking, you have some advantage because you could get someone recommended. Most of the time they're pretty good when someone recommended in the closer inner circle than just randomly a Facebook post or something.
Right. Find somebody you know and trust for a recommendation.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's interesting. And on the commercial side, what are the challenges commercial builders face when let's say they hire the wrong electrician? What have you had to clean up there?
Oh, boy, yeah. It's like a wrong planning. It's it's the very same thing, but in a bigger scale, right? So the contractor say you could do everything.
Just wrong, but
and
way wrong. Yeah.
Nobody read blueprint, or there's no blueprint. So everything is like Picasso stuff. So let's run some pipe. Yes, it will work. So when I get that, I was like, crap. So what you try to do? He's like, we're not sure. Or it's like, well, we try to do this. I was like, so where's the drawing and where's your rough plans and stuff? He's like, we don't have much. I was like, that means you need some sort of a designer to just, design for. I've seen some of those. And sometimes it's just beyond savings. I was like, man, you got yourself so deep into that. Yeah. I can only do a fresh one. I can't do fix up, like multiple fix up. Because you fix up some crap, it's going to be crap, you know? So, lipstick
on a pig, as they say.
Oh, man, lipstick on a pig,
That's
sounds about right.
Ugly.
So I see a lot of nightmare stuff like that.
What's your favorite thing to work on from an electricity standpoint?
I like stuff that require custom solution. So I'll give you a quick example. A while ago, somebody have a swimming pool, right in the back of the patio. But they make it so cool. The water came out from the soffit, and then it flows down right into the pool. So they say, man, Jason, it looks nice daytime, but nighttime is very dark there. So I actually, where the soffit, the light flows down, I install a custom color changing LED.
Oh, neat.
So the whole stream water lit up at night. So you see a stream of colorful water flow into the pool at night is really beautiful. So I like doing custom stuff like that. A lot of the remodeling project or certain, they're doing non-standard stuff. They need a lot of understanding of electrical and creativity. So
neat.
I'm good at both,
So this is way off topic.
Yeah.
But what's your favorite food?
Oh, man, that's a tough question. It's going to be teriyaki chicken and shrimp.
Really?
Yeah, man, I got hooked with that Sakura place, where they do the teriyaki thing with the chicken and shrimp with the sauce, man. I was so creative. One time I did my 30 seconds commercial with the food related. You want to hear that?
Yes.
So I said, you know what makes a true chicken teriyaki tasty and yummy? It's the authentic teriyaki sauce. Now imagine the chicken. The chicken is like electrical work. I'm the teriyaki sauce. And together, we give you the amazing customer experience.
Nice.
And everybody say, oh, my God, you did it with the sauce and your chicken.
Yeah.
But
anytime you can tie it to food is like, it's the time of day we're recording this podcast is getting later. And it's like, oh, that sounds pretty good for dinner.
man.
Yeah, food for thought, That's great. What's the best way for people to contact you?
NSW-electrical.com. That's my website. Or you could call me at 516-554-0278. You could also text me anytime, and I'll try to get back to you if I'm busy, but I'll try to get back to people.
And website's always updated, but currently do you have examples of some of the lighting work and things you have on the website? Or
When you go there, you're going to see me and my team, and you're going to see, like, by category, what kind of pictures and stuff like that.
That's really cool. What final advice would you give to people who are looking for an electrician and either commercial or residential?
I'll definitely ask someone in the trade that do well himself, and then ask him if you know somebody that you have, like, that they recommend and they also have used it before. So a lot of time people try to help each other recommend people without knowing, and they end up causing problem. And then someone recommend to you and it didn't turn out well. You ask him, do you use it? They say no. So but I'm glad it's like now a network, so I serve a lot of people. So it's very cool to see. I have people reach out to me and ask him, how do you find out about me? He said, well, 3 people in my real estate office talk about you, and then my neighbor and another nextdoor.com talk about you. Yeah. So it was very nice feeling. When you do the right thing, it pays off, but it takes years.
You have to develop relationships.
Absolutely,
but we know that a good recommendation is worth a fortune.
You should ask me what's my superpower too.
Oh. I'll ask you.
Man.
So what is your superpower?
Okay, so I recently, due to 4 years of hard work and paying attention to these new universe and people, I become the fortune teller, man.
Really?
Yeah, man. It works like so. Let's say, give you a quick example. A fortune teller in the network setting. So if I meet you in a network meeting, we have a lunch and talk about things in business. Based on the thing you believe and talk about, I know you're going to make it or not. And it's so sad when I possess this power. I see a lot of people, like, they fail. When I see their future, I was like, crap, you can't do it. Some people told me, yeah, I'm doing 2 business together. In my mind, I say, you're failing now. Yeah. And they never show up to network meeting.
Oh, no.
I was that on straight, like, so good in predicting people's future.
How about that? So I'm going to hang out with you and just look over at you. Kind of give that old Roman thumbs up, thumbs down.
I'll ask you some questions, so I kind of gauge and tell you, no. The cool thing is you could change your future if you change your mindset. Now, a lot of people just don't know, right? And they don't ask for advice, or people know it, but it's very weird for me to bring up to you and say, hey, buddy, I don't think you're networking right. I think you're not going to make it in the long run if you keep doing that. So that's the thing, but I was able to see that.
How about that? So I'll keep my eye on you for... And how am I doing so far?
Well, you're pretty good, man.
Okay. And 80%, 90%.
You're a good guy, so I think I'll go out my comfort zone. If I see something going down, I definitely want to give you the advice.
Keep your eye on me.
I want you to make it, man.
I want the benefit of your foresight.
I got you.
Okay, cool. Well, I really enjoyed talking to you today. I really appreciate you coming on and just sharing your knowledge and your passion for what you do on the Growing Your Business podcast.
I appreciate it, man.
Thank you for joining us today on the Growing Your Business podcast. Please see the show notes for links to our sponsors, our social media, and to learn more about today's guest.